They're not giving you anything. Trust me. I give you things from my 20 years of experience selling real estate. We're going to give you $30,000 for closing costs if you use our lender. I always recommend, even if you're buying new construction, talk to a mortgage lender. So you're thinking about jumping into the market to buy a house, not quite sure where to start, and you need some advice. So I want to give you 5 tips on things that I think will make your home buying experience a whole lot better. Most people don't think of these things. It has nothing to do with a house really, but I want you to take some notes, think about these things before you start your home shopping process. But hey, my name is John Buice. I'm with EXP Real Estate. I'm also affiliated with Ryan at the Florida for Boomers Network. So we handle everything for Ryan from Parrish all the way down through Venice and to Welland Park. So that encompasses Lakewood Ranch, Sarasota, North River Ranch. So we're here to get you information. We put out videos just like this video 2 to 3 times a week. If you're looking for that kind of information about living here, cost of living here, different communities, amenities inside communities, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. And when I put out a new video about living in the Sarasota area, you'll get a notification. But let's jump into these 5 things that I want to talk to you about again. This to really streamline and help you with the home buying process. So, number one, this goes for new construction or buying a resale home. Talk to a lender. Before you do anything else, talk to a lender. I have so many people that show up here and want to buy a house and they're ready to buy a house, but they need a mortgage and they're not sure what they can afford or what they want to afford is even better. If you're looking to keep your payment at a certain amount, do you want to spend $500,000 for a house, $800,000 for a house, $300,000 for a house? What is it that you want to spend and what kind of payment do you want to make? When you're talking to a lender, they're going to do a soft pull on your credit and get your credit score. That's very important to know that because the better your credit score, the better your interest rate will be. Now, I'm going to disclose that I'm not a mortgage person. I'm not an insurance person. I'm not an attorney. So I give you things from my 20 years of experience selling real estate here in the Sarasota Lakewood Ranch area. So that's number one. If you're not a cash buyer, you got to talk to a lender. They're going to say to you, this is what we think we can loan you for a house. They're going to do a pre-qualification, we call it. Not a hard pull on your credit or anything like that. You don't have to give them a bunch of information at first, but they're eventually going to ask for 2 to 3 years of tax returns. But just to start, they're going to ask you, how much debt do you have? How much income do you have? This is what we think we can loan you. So when they do that, say, what would a payment be if we were doing a $500,000 house and we're putting 20% down? What would my PITI be? That's principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. I'm sure you're aware of it. They escrow money for your insurance so they can pay it at the end of the year for you. We pay our taxes in arrears here in Florida. In November, we pay those for the current year. So they're going to escrow money every month for that. So don't just get a number that shows you principal and interest. You got to know all 4 of those: principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Now they're going to do an estimate for you. They're not going to know the exact number. But if you're looking for a $500,000 house in Lakewood Ranch, they're going to be able to get a pretty good estimate on what that number would be. They'll have an idea. So that's very important to know. Knowing your credit score, again, will really help because that's going to determine what your interest rate will be. Now, this goes for new construction. This goes for buying a resale home. If you're buying new construction, they're going to throw the kitchen sink at you to try to get you to use the builder's lender. They want your business. As soon as the transaction is closed, they're going to put it out there on the market and they're going to sell the mortgage to somebody, but that's another revenue income generating area for builders. So be very conscious of that when the builder's saying, okay, we're going to give you $30,000 for a closing cost if you use our lender. Well, what's the interest rate with that loan? They're not giving you anything. Trust me, it sounds great, but they're not gonna give you $30,000. They're gonna make it up. It might be a half a point on interest. It may be points for closing. It's going to be something, but they're not giving you that. So I always recommend, even if you're buying new construction, talk to a mortgage lender. Again, highly recommend that you use a Florida mortgage person and a Florida insurance person because it's totally different. You're using one of these online, mortgage companies. One day you talk to somebody in California, tomorrow it's Minnesota, another time it's New York. You want a local lender, a local insurance person that you can pick up the phone and talk to them every single time directly. That's very important here in Florida. So keep that in mind. Pretty qualified, know what your credit score is, what would an approximate payment be on that house? How much do you need to put down? New construction. What they're going to do if you're building a house from the ground up, typically, now I don't work for builders, but this is normal. They're going to ask for 20% up front and then they're going to schedule a design appointment where you go in, you pick out your flooring, your appliances, your countertops, windows, window treatments, all of those things. And they're going to ask for 10% of that. Now, some builders may be 20%, some may be zero. I'm just giving you an average. So 20% when you're signing the contract, and then 10% on your upgrades that you do to the house. So you can kind of calculate that out. Do I have that set aside to purchase my home? Do I have to put 20% down? If you're buying a resale home, you don't. You could do 10%, you can do 5% down, you can do 3.5% down. But you need to know what the lender is going to require for you to put down. How much do you need to put down? What's mortgage insurance? If you put less than 20% down, there's mortgage insurance. Do you know what that is? And what would that add to your payment each month? So that's very important to know. Can you buy your way out of mortgage insurance? Can you put down an extra $5,000 and buy your way out of mortgage insurance so you don't have to have that extra payment every month? If they're quoting you, and I'm just pulling a number out, 6.5% interest, do they have a way to buy down that interest rate? I've heard of several different programs that are out there now. They have what they call a 2-1 buy down. And again, not a mortgage person, but basically you are putting money down up front, lowers your interest rate for the year one, and then it's a different rate for year two. And then it adjusts to the current interest rate. So that's a very basic explanation of that, but that's the way it works. So can you buy down the interest rate is a big one. And think about in your home what you're actually looking for. I have a couple hundred people that have this just this year send us emails. Hey, John, we want information about the area. And it asks when you're submitting, what are you looking for? 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. That doesn't help me. That doesn't help you really think about what it is you're looking for. Are you looking for that 55 plus amenity rich community? Do you not want to live in 55 plus? Do you want active adult gated community? Do you want a gated golfing community? Is it not important to you to be in a gated community at all? Do you want country club? Do you want to be able to see the water? Do you want a condo? All those things that we want to help you with. So the more information we get, the better. In other words, we don't want to be taking you to non-gated communities in Lakewood Ranch where there's a bunch of families. If you're looking to be in a 55 plus community that's gated, amenity rich, just every kind of amenity that you can possibly think of. Is new construction very important to you? We've got 2 new Dell Webs. One is under construction right now and selling in Lakewood Ranch. We've got another one that's broken ground in Parish, and it's going to be called Del Webb Sun Chase. So that's another opportunity to get to Parish, save a ton of money as opposed to Lakewood Ranch prices and be able to get here and pick out the home that you want. Del Webb Bayview is still building and selling new construction homes. The builder is trying to close out that community, so they've got all kind of incentives going there. Now, again, you got to really dig into what are those incentives for and how can I use those incentives? It's prepaids and closing costs. Can it be used towards upgrades? It's a move-in ready home. There are no upgrades because they've chosen the model home, the lot. They've chosen all the upgrades that are going to go in there. So if they're throwing that out there to you, $30,000, but your closing costs are only $12,000, where's the rest of that money come into play? How do I use that? How do I take advantage of that? So that's something you want to talk with your sales rep about. That's why we're here. We do all of this for you. We make sure that you have your pre-qualification letter. We walk you through every one of these steps to make sure that you're ready to get out into the process of buying a home, whether it's a resale or new construction. So we have our little checklist and we go all the way through that. So nothing is missed during the process to help you. Yes, new construction, we can go there. We can tell you what homes have currently been sold in a community so you know the price. Are prices falling off the table? Have they kind of leveled out? What's the builder incentives? All of those things. And no, you don't get a better deal by going to the builder directly. They have our costs built in. They have the cost of their salesperson built in. It's already there. So you don't, it's not like you walk in and they go, "Oh, you're don't have a realtor? Okay, this house is 450. Oh, wait, you said, oh, you have a realtor? I meant to say it's 500." It doesn't work that way. So take advantage of our knowledge. Let us help you. We have great sales reps that we work with at all of these communities that can guide you through the process. They'll know the community, be able to answer all the questions. They'll be able to tell you what lots are currently available or what lots are going to be available. Do they have move-in ready homes? Do they have homes that are currently under construction? Where are they in the process of those homes? So we can help you out with all of that. But the first one, get pre-qualified. If you're getting a mortgage, if it's cash, throw all that out. We have about probably 50% of the people that retire, baby boomers like me, come down here, buy a house, and they're cash at all price points. They've sold their home in Connecticut or Massachusetts or New York, and they're moving here and they've got their cash and they're ready to go. Be careful with that. There's a lot of pitfalls for paying cash. I see so many people that do a cash purchase that don't make it contingent upon an appraisal. Just because it's for sale for $750,000 and you've got $1 million ready to go doesn't mean the house is worth 750. So those are all things we walk you through. If you're building a home and you're still living up north, we go there every 2 weeks and do a video for you or FaceTime you live and walk through the house to show you the progress of it. So those are about, I said 5 things, there's about 10 really. So if I can help you at all, please feel free to pick up the phone, give me a call, shoot me an email, text message me. You can use the link down below that's called Calendly. You can schedule a call with me, a Zoom call, an in-person meeting. We're here. So remember, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. I put out all kinds of stuff like this all the time about living here in the Sarasota Lakewood Ranch area. I live in an area called Palm Air. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful country club area, and be more than happy to talk to you about anything real estate related here on Florida Suncoast. Okay. Thanks for listening. Hope you subscribed. God bless.